All right. Happy Friday's Eve. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you're here today. Woo-hoo. Thank you, risers. Yes. God bless you. We are so glad that you are here. And glad everybody's here. Welcome to the program on this Thursday. Did this month go slow? This month has been very, very slow. I don't understand. I don't understand why. It just seems like the 4th of July was eons ago. But anyway, as July pulls to a close, welcome. God bless you. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Center Rosa. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Milton Post for hosting. Thank you, Gulf Coast Guns, for sponsoring. That's a good thing. We are so glad that you're here today, and hope that your day, and I'm just glad you start your day with us, but I hope your day turns out well, all right? Hey, your forecast today, good thunderstorms last night. Partly cloudy early today, followed by scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, high near 95. The chance of rain today, 40%. Tonight, stray shower thunderstorm possible, partly cloudy, low near 77. And then tomorrow, sunshine and clouds mix, stray shower thunderstorm is possible, and a high near 95. Chance of rain tomorrow, 15%. What's it worth mentioning? It's 74 in Milton, 80 Gulf Breeze, 75 in Navarre, and 74 in Pensacola. Welcome. All right. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're here today as well, Kenny. Thank you. Speak for yourself. What do you mean? What does that mean? About what? I don't understand. Stephanie, I am glad you're here. I don't know. I misunderstand. All right. So it flew by. Oh, I didn't know. So you thought the month flew by. Well, I don't know. It just it felt like it lingered. All right. Anyway, want to thank Gulf Coast Gun for sponsoring. Listen, hey, make sure that you show up for the swap meet, the gun swap on Saturday, this Saturday, and check out the guns. It's free. There's no cost. It's not like a gun show. It's free. You can go in and you can buy and sell, and it's a good thing. You have to do all your registration and all that thing, all the licensing and stuff through Gulf Coast Gun. But it's easy, and look forward to that on Saturday. Make sure you get there. Thank you, Rose. Me too. All right. What else is going on? There's so many little bizarre things. I am going to talk about the schools and some of the things that are up in the schools, posters, propaganda. We'll get to that hopefully tomorrow. I'm just checking on a couple things, but yeah, pay attention, people. Pay attention. All right, so the Garcon Point Bridge tolls have been reduced. I'm glad you woke up, Elizabeth. Yeah, it's a good thing. The Garcon Point Bridge tolls have been reduced. Thank you, Governor DeSantis. This is a wonderful thing. The delegation from Northwest Florida has pushed this thing, and it's good. Here's what's going to happen. So the bridge tolls go from $5 to $2.75. Now, I don't know. Do you have to stop and pay the toll? Do they bill your plate? Because it's been forever since I used that bridge with a toll. because I wasn't going to pay $5 to get across that bridge. Nay. But $2.75 if you are just going across the bridge. If you have a Sun Pass, it's $2.30. The state is taking over. Yes. They're coming to a settlement to buy the bridge or whatever. And good. I think that's a wonderful thing. J.R. Williamson pushed that. Senator Broxson. Yep. Yeah. So these are good things because it doesn't need to be that. And I think that $2.75 is plenty good. Now, there is talk that people think the tolls may eventually go away. I don't know. But that's a good thing that happened yesterday morning, and you cannot complain about that at all. Look, absolutely. I think $2.75 is plenty good. $2.50 would have been great. $2.75, okay. That's much better than $5. Now, let me ask you this question. This is to the people who wouldn't use the bridge because of the toll, because of the $5. How many would actually consider using it on a regular basis now? Would you consider using the bridge on a regular basis now that the toll has been greatly reduced? Just curious. And get your thoughts on that. I don't know. I would not. I don't like paying tolls. Bucks are great. Keith says he would use it. And I'm not saying that I'm not putting you in a binding contract. I'm just getting your thoughts. Yeah, I'd use it now or not. So Donna says yes. Now, I still don't like the $2.75. But I'm like, whatever. $2.75. $1.50, I think is plenty good. $2, okay. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, for me personally, I don't know, $2.75 is a little bit. Samantha's going to use it. Courtney says to go to the beach, but that's it. Now, let me ask you, Courtney, did you use it when it was $5 to go to the beach? Yes. See, Sam's there with me. Ramona says she'd use it more now. Kim says, okay. I think that everybody is right. I mentioned that, Denise. I mentioned that. Courtney says rarely. Okay, you would rarely do it, but you would. Okay. You would rarely pay the $5. I just wouldn't. It depends on my need to get where I need to go. I understand. Better get rolls of quarters. Yeah, SunPass makes it easy. They will need to fund lights and centerline reflectors. Good trade-off. I don't like tolls at all. Use it in a pinch or if gas prices skyrocketed. Yeah, but they would have to be huge to offset the tolls, right? I don't know. I still have free round trip token from $1.99 when they first opened. Okay. What my business used it for was well worth. Okay, I get that. I understand that. We did that one. It's been nice having the reprieve. Oh, it has been because I had to use it a lot. Love or SunPass, they take the money straight out of my bank. Oh, I love for people to take money straight out of my bank. Not. I would love to shop more in Gulf Breeze, but not paying the total. No, yes. I completely understand. And I know I contradicted myself when I said no, yes. I get it. I hear that in people all the time, and I hate it. My daughter was in the shopping center when you came off the bridge in Gulf Breeze. Yeah, get that SunPass. Get that SunPass. And it's a good thing. I have 5 crews a day, usually $20 a day, 4 days a week. Oh, That is not bueno. All right, so that is it. So most people are going to use the bridge now. I don't know. I would like to see the traffic count before the hurricane chaos. What the count was before there was the freebies, and then I'd like to see it what it was with the toll after they took the freebies off. Who was paying the $5 just because they were used to using the bridge? I don't know. $94 a month is yes, absolutely. Right. Yes. Let me clarify. It's $275 if you're just paying cash. It's $2.30 if you have a Sun Pass. Get a Sun Pass. All right. Just curious. I just, but I think this is a great thing. Governor DeSantis did this, and I think it's wonderful. Wonderful. Validating its assertions that Santa Rosa County school impact fee was inaccurately calculated and legally flawed, the Home Builders Association of West Florida and 11 additional plaintiffs applaud the July 28th decision by the Florida District Court of Appeals to affirm Santa Rosa Circuit Court Judge Darlene Dickey's temporary injunction against the fee. The ordinance by the Board of County Commissioners in support of new funding for the school board of Santa Rosa County went into effect May 1st, 2020, with impact fees of $5,000 on each new home permitted in the county, $4,000 for each mobile home, and $2,750 for each multifamily dwelling, $2,750. Now, so the impact fees weren't legally calculated, and just set up wrong, and so it's been dismissed. Now, I know some folks were in favor of the impact fees. I don't know, because after it came into effect in May, that we were well into COVID. And I don't think anything got collected then. I don't know if anything ever got collected from the impact fees. So what happens now? What happens now? Is the Board of County Commissioners? Let me ask. I'm going to ask this question. I don't know, but again, it comes with trust and lack thereof for the county commissioners. Are they going to give on some things because they see this coming? They saw this coming. And they're going to maybe the trying to take away your speech, which failed. Maybe them trying to do that was to try to stop you from complaining about lost or more taxes because they knew that this impact fee thing wasn't going to go through. I don't know. Okay, Sam, I agree. I agree that the millage rates are fixing to skyrocket because of the impact fees gone. I agree. Watch for it. Growth is what's driving the increased needs. So those who cause the increased needs should contribute to the cost of the needs. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Keith, I tend to agree with that. But there are some people on here that don't. And I get it. It's just a disagreement on how those things are collected. But you are fixing to see you're fixing because it's broken. You're fixing to see an increase somewhere. And what do? What do you do? Now, with this, whatever happens, if you're going to pay more taxes, and you will, when you pay more taxes, you need more than ever to continue to show up at these meetings, these BOCC meetings, to make sure that they are not abusing your funds, that it goes where it needs to go. Now's the time to vet the candidates. Oh, yes. Yes, Renee. Absolutely. You check the soul of whoever you vote for. Don't let them just give you a testimony. I'm a member of this church and whatever. I was talking the other night to Tommy. His name, I don't know why I can't. I'm sorry. I apologize to Tommy. But he was saying, look, ask their friends what they think about him. And I've got friends that I love, but I wouldn't vote for them. Just saying. Impact fees were killed. Yep. The Democrats killed what? California? Is that what you're saying? Okay. I can't see. What does that mean? I can't. I've got something that blocks it. I can't see what's being said on particular words. Stephanie, Donna says, Stephanie, I didn't see monthly rate when I set mine up years ago. Is it unlimited? SunPass still. All right. If someone brags about going to church, they end up crappy people. Well, it depends. That's not always true. Are there bad people at church? Yeah. Are there perfect people at church? No, there's none. No perfect people. But you've got people who can be. People come to church with preconceived ideas. Your sin's bad, my sin's not. You get it? That's how some people view it. And they go to church to make themselves feel better. Right now, we need to stop building and fix our roads. Yes. And sewage and those kinds of things. That's what needs to be freeze on some of these things, because we've got to get the support fixed, the infrastructure. Where are you going to find saints? You're not going to find saints to run for office. And by that he means perfect people. Not. We will be paying one way or another. Unlike federal government, it'll be our own that sell us out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There is a need for some taxes. There is. But you don't want exorbitant taxes. And you don't want the money wasted. You don't want the money spent on things that are morally. You pay for things. You have taxes on things like I don't use that. I don't agree with that tax. Blah blah blah. But there are things that you're morally against, and you're against overspending by government officials, and it's easy because it's not their money. So has anyone heard anything about the sewage plant they're waiting to build off Blackwater? They were busy trying to get cell phones off the dais. Just saying. Yeah, there's got to be balance. There must be balance in the taxes. But listen, it all works when you get fiscally conservative people, and you put them in office and then hold them accountable. And that all depends on you. All depends on you. Impact fee should be paid by the developers. Okay. But it's going to be passed on. It's a cost. You got to understand how this how it works. Just like wanting to pay somebody $15 an hour to flip burgers or to do whatever in a business, the cost gets passed on to the consumer. So you can make these developers pay the impact fee, but it's going to get passed on to whoever's having the house built or the property owner. That's just how it works. And there's no escaping that. There's no escaping that. Well, it's a regressive tax, and it is a tax, yes. Taxpayers will always pick up the cost no matter what. Yes? Okay, Sam, hold on to that thought. Hold on to that thought. We'll get to that in a minute about the vaccination, because I want to continue on. The Santa Rosa County School District is updating its COVID-19 guidelines for new school year. The district says the updates are an effort to protect in-person learning, calling it critical for students' academic growth and mental health. Both vaccinated and unvaccinated students who come in contact with a positive case of COVID will be able to stay in school as long as they're not showing symptoms. Now, I want you to notice the language. Vaccinated and unvaccinated. The way they're phrasing it. I should say all students, but they didn't. They'll have to monitor for symptoms, and unvaccinated students will be encouraged to wear masks and practice social distancing. They'll have to monitor, if symptoms appear in any student after the contact with a positive case, they'll be sent home to quarantine and can return with a negative COVID test after 8 days. Any student showing COVID-19 symptoms, regardless of contact with positive case, will be evaluated in the school clinic. If they're sent home, they can't return until they're symptom-free for 24 hours. That's from the school district. Now, Pensacola State College will reinstate a mandatory indoor mask policy on Monday, August the 2nd. The policy applies to both vaccinated and unvaccinated. Faculty, employees, students, visitors. PSC President Ed Meadows said made the July 28th announcement, citing CDC guidelines. Well, there you go. The CDC guidelines recommended fully vaccinated people should wear masks in public indoor settings if they're in areas of substantial or high transmission rates. According to the school, 11 students and 3 employees were tested positive last week for COVID. That's the highest weekly total since the first week of February. Now, can someone tell the actual symptoms? Yes. If you have flu-like symptoms, it's COVID. There you go. Sam, you got a bunch of stuff here. You'll probably have to call in. The phone works, so you can call in. But yeah, you got a lot of stuff there. Every worker going in and out the doors of Ascension Sacred Heart in Pensacola will now have to be required to get their COVID-19 vaccination if they have not already. The medical group announced the news requirement Tuesday night, becoming one of the first companies in Pensacola area to require the shot. I'm sorry, I cannot work for you anymore. I cannot work for you anymore. If you require the shot, I cannot work for you anymore. If you want to say, we strongly encourage you to get the shot, I'm cool with that. But to make it a condition of employment, it's bad. Sounds racist. That's right. Main symptoms: nose, taste, or smell. What is voluntary, Natasha? The shot, not from Ascension. By this fall, it's going to be required. Not everyone has the same symptoms. No, you're right. I have bad taste. That's true. But a pro-abortion Catholic president's okay with it. Yeah. You can override existing laws on mandatory vaccine without changing or passing new federal law to change this. No law has been passed to change existing federal statutes or laws to force us to take the vaccination. Okay. Here's what I want you to see is happening. They are segregating vaccinated from unvaccinated. Now, I want you to remember in Revelation that it says they can't buy or sell save they have the mark. Now, do I think this is the mark of the beast? I think it's leading to it. I know. But they're not. That's just the thing. They've got tests. All right. So I don't think this is the mark of the beast, but it is leading to it. But look, they're conditioning. They're already getting you set up. If you don't have the shot, there are certain places you can't go. You can't work. So if they get all these businesses to start voluntarily doing the vaccination as non-voluntary, how are you going to earn a paycheck? If you are shut out of businesses because you don't have a vaccine card. Now, here's the thought. This is what's coming. All right. I don't know if it's for this one or one down the road. But look, if people's cards are getting torn up or they're too big or what, they're getting lost. And so we need to do something. Will they require some kind of skin code or, you know what I'm saying? A barcode? I don't know. A chip implant? I've got my vaccine. I don't know. All I'm saying is they are now separating the sheep from the goats. There's ball fields, baseball games where they're separating sections, vaccinated versus unvaccinated. You'll start seeing that in restaurants. Yes, they're going to start they're turning people against each other. Absolutely. You can't come to my house for a visit if you're not vaccinated. Well, yes, but it's for the common good, Sam. You don't understand. It's for the good of the people. Well, Ed, you're not wrong there because they're shipping in illegals and shipping them into cities, and they are testing positive. The Justice Department says that businesses can require the vaccine. Well, they won't get my money. The vaccine's not even approved. You are correct. 10 years from now, you'll see, but they will, they'll blame it on climate change or people that are unvaccinated. That's how that works. The ivermectin. Well, I need to find out more, but I'm not doubting you. I just need to understand how it works. Yes, the government is shipping illegals all over the country. But look, it's whatever it is, they are doing it. They are doing it. The vaccine manufacturers are liability free. And that I believe. What do you mean by that? Will not release breakthrough cases. Explain that more. But here's the point: is they are pitting families against each other, affecting where you shop, how you shop, if you can even shop, because you're not earning a paycheck. They're separating the sheep from the goats. And look, if you want to get the shot, I'm great with it. Knock yourself out. That's between you and God. If you don't want to get the shot, I'm okay with that. That's between you and God. But know this. Well, they're like, well, you're causing death. And you're putting yourself at risk and other people at risk. Look, people that are getting the shot are still getting COVID. Now, Pfizer, I think the effective rate is down like 64%. 64%. They're encouraging you to get a third shot. 3. Oh, well, the antibodies are much greater. You see what I'm saying? This is all divide and conquer. Yeah. This is all smoke and mirrors. I agree to sue the Orlando mayor over vax requirements, but you'll have to quit your job in the meantime. Yes. And we're grossly affected. Absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. Some vaccinated have died from COVID. Yes. And a lot of people are getting sick. Well, it's not as bad. Ask those who died. I don't know. You can't. Yes. Yes, Bugsy. It's not even up to your doctor. It's not even, all they can do is suggest. Look, they can prescribe pills or shots or whatever. It's up to you if you want to take it. Well, Joanne, let me tell you this. There are jobs aplenty out there. And they are dying for help. And I'll just say that. So you probably can. You probably can. If your employer is requiring the vaccine, ask if they cover the side effects under workman's comp. They'll give you a couple of days off if you're sick from the shot. Some people are getting that booster shots are causing COVID. Oh. Well, I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt it. Finally got in. Sorry. Breakthrough cases is a positive test for COVID after fully vaccinated. Okay. No, that you're not seeing numbers on that. And look, here's what's amazing. People that are dying after getting the shot. Oh, that's not the shot. They just died from something else. Now, if you go back and look at the COVID numbers, the COVID death numbers, it was always COVID was number one. They died from COVID. It wasn't, well, they died with COVID. No, they just happened to have the vaccine and they died from something else. Right. It's a double standard, which is always the case. They don't have any confidence in this vaccine. I want to show you something. I'm going to show you this. This happened yesterday. All right. This is Steve Ducey. Let me pull this story up so I get it right. The CDC released updated guidance on Tuesday that fully vaccinated Americans living in regions with high transmission of COVID should mask up. During Tuesday's press briefing, not yesterday, but Tuesday. What is today? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Peter Ducey asked Jen Psaki why the Biden administration is recommending some fully vaccinated Americans wear face masks if the COVID vaccines are effective. Watch this.
Still, then why do vaccinated people need to put the masks back on? Well, Peter, first of all, I would say again, just to go back to this chart, which I will handily point to again. If you were vaccinated, it can save your life. And I think the clear data shows that this pandemic is killing, is hospitalizing, is making people very sick who are not vaccinated. That still continues to be the case, regardless of what the mask guidance looks like.
You didn't answer the question.
Work, which this sign says that they do, then why do people who have had the vaccine need to now wear masks, the same as people who have not had it?
Because the public health leaders in our administration have made the determination, based on data, that that is a way to make sure they're protected, their loved ones are protected, and that's an extra step, given the transmissibility of the virus, that people...
So the data shows if you're vaccinated, why do you need to wear the mask? Well, the data shows. Oh. Well, it seems quite odd to me. Does that not seem strange? Peter Ducey asked a very legitimate question. There's nothing wrong with that question. Why? Why do we need to mask up? And she goes, well, the data points to it.
that they're advising people.
They're advising people to mask up. Even if you've had the vaccine. Why? Well, data shows that transmissibility, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But it's weird. It's weird, my friends. 850-771-0049. No, I know. She never answered the question. She never does. Social conditioning through fear. Ted says they don't want people to understand why. They're training us to shut off our brains and obey. Yeah? The same data they use for voting? Probably. The date like the global warming data. Absolutely. We will all live with COVID mandates through 2024. 4 years of this craziness. Transmissibility is new buzzword. Yeah. You know it. It is backpedaling. It is. All right. Just wanted you to see that. That was pretty telling. But Ascension Medical Group, Sacred Heart, is making changes to its COVID-19 testing program. The healthcare system will expand testing and add 60 new COVID-19 rapid testing machines at its offices across Northwest Florida during the coming weeks. Ascension Sacred Heart administered 647 COVID-19 tests last week at its 3 urgent care locations compared to 288 COVID tests 2 weeks ago. Now, it doesn't say how many were positive. It doesn't. But they administered that many tests because they've got people scared. And I've lost my mouse. There we go. Yeah, she's called the Circle Back Girl. What is a waste of money, Keith? What? I'm not disagreeing with you. I just need specification. Again, it's the summer of fear. And it's your fault. It's your fault because you are an anti-vaxxer. And you refuse to wear masks, and you are killing people. Just know that. I know. Well, she speaks for Biden, so there you go. Oh, buying the machines is a waste of money. No, I understand. What else? Florida's lone elected statewide Democrat, Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried, began Wednesday what she said will be frequent updates on COVID-19. She said state health officials have scaled back these advisories under Ron DeSantis. Fried, who along with U.S. Rep. Charlie Crist of St. Petersburg, are leading Democrats challenging DeSantis for governor next year, ridiculed the Republicans' handling of the state's rising case totals, saying there's information void. She contrasted with how the state approaches hurricanes, because COVID and hurricanes are the same thing. Can you imagine if hurricane season, we got to have a report that says we have a hurricane coming, and that's all the information you get, Fried said. She wants to be governor so bad she can't stand it, but she will never make it. They is a pronoun. Shame on you, Christina. But she means Nikki Fried and Charlie Crist, I am sure. Nikki needs to get off the turnip truck, get back in the field inspecting crops. Inspecting the turnips. Not info void lies. All right. 850-771-0049. Just want to get you there. I got you. No worries. No worries, Christina. Gotcha. I got your back. But so you see that she wants to be governor and she can't stand it. And she's going to do whatever to try to badmouth him. Why didn't they have info dashboards for seasonal flu? What happened to the flu? The flu stepped aside and allowed COVID to take over. Well, the masks stopped the flu. That's why masks were important. That's what they said. The mask, that's how effective the masks are. They stop the flu magically. Ta-da! By the way, what happened to the dashboards? Now, they said the dashboard's back. I got a thing from WEAR the other day, opened it up, and hit the dashboard thing. All it did was say the number of people hospitalized locally. That was it. That was it. That was all. The number, and a great big number. No other numbers of death or none of that. All that's gone. It was just one number. I am afraid you are correct, Bugsy. The rapid COVID test results in more false positives than yes. And that is the point, Kim. That is the point. Okay. I want to hit this. Oh, this I didn't get it. This is a new app that the Santa Rosa County Sheriffs have released. I shouldn't have done that because I can't even. I just closed that thing out, and I don't think I can pull it back up. I will get to that tomorrow. I thought I could remember the name. I don't. But it's to report crime or take pictures or whatever. So we'll get to that tomorrow. I'll remember. But here's the thing. Here's going back to the COVID. You are going to be. There's going to be greater pressure. Biden is trying to get all the federal employees to get vaccinated. If you're a federal employee, they're going to try to make it mandatory. Some of these hospitals are going to make it mandatory. There are companies like Cumulus Radio are making it mandatory. What does this mean? Pull it tighter. I don't know what that means. You're going to see more and more companies requiring it as part of employment. Know what's coming. Know what's coming. And just know that there is going to be more requirements. It's already mandatory in Pensacola hospitals. Yes. Well, Sacred Heart is the first one to require it. The others are urging it, but they've not made it mandatory yet. And that's what's happening. Eroding away your choice. A Milton Post is a vax-free workplace. Thank you. God bless you. But you're seeing it. You're seeing this more and more. Like I said, you've got private or businesses that are requiring Cumulus Media. Oh, you've got to. It's a requirement for you've got to have a vaccine. Wow. As soon as we begin to feel some normalcy, it's like a virus. Yeah. It's a pandemic. Why? Why? All right. I just want you to understand they are going to try to control your holidays. They want to control your holidays. They're going to crush you. And you will only be able to do certain things over the holidays if you're vaccinated. I'm just telling you. A lot of jobs making it not to wear a mask. You must be vaccinated. Yes. Yep. There will be more lawsuits. Well, there will be. I don't know if they will win them. It depends on the judge, on the courts. Hospital requiring it sounds like socialized medicine to me. You think? They do. They are. Look, you on a plane. I was flying Southwest, and they're odd. I was flying Southwest, and you can take your mask down to take a bite or a drink and put your mask back up while you're chewing. No, you're right, Mallory. That is not incorrect, but they're doing it. They're doing it. You think stores, restaurants will start requiring you to have the vaccine before you can go into their business? Here's what I see happening is they're going to have, just like they used to have a smoking section, a non-smoking section, they're going to have a vaccinated section and an unvaccinated section. I really think you're going to start seeing that. It's a plan to what? Dominate and keep control. That's so, yeah. Well, but you've got the holiday season first. But listen, and you're not incorrect, Elizabeth, because they're going to use it to push the voting issue, to push the COVID voting like they had the last time, where you can mail in ballots and all the stuff that you can't control. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want us to control school starting. Well, here's the thing. There you see a lot of these schools that are going to have school. We're having school. We're going to have tighter restrictions on these things, but you're going to have school because that backfired on them. That didn't work the way they wanted it to work because the Democrats can't see the next step. That didn't work the way they wanted it to. What they wanted to happen is to crush you and to control your students. Now, because what backfired was parents were seeing what they were being taught and what they weren't being taught, and that blew up. They saw the critical race theory nonsense. They saw all this crap. They weren't teaching the kids to read or write or think critically. They were indoctrinating them. They are teaching kids in school against my beliefs. And I don't like that. And that backfired on them. They weren't expecting that. Highwire.com has lawyers trying to help those who are being required to vax for a job. Good. Highwire.com, the highwire.com. How will they know if you have it or not? You have to have your vaccine card. you'll have to have your vaccine card. Oh, yeah. The commies are in control. They have control of our government. I want you to see how deeply embedded the Biden administration is with China. Oh, no. Oh, no, Nick. The Biden administration has nothing to do with China. You're crazy. This is at a hearing yesterday. Ted Cruz was met with silence during a congressional hearing when he grilled a panel of cybersecurity officials on why China was not sanctioned after the attack on Microsoft and other U.S. companies. Here you go.
Idea that malevolent actors would go after infrastructure like pipelines, that is a threat we've been aware of for some time.
That's correct, Senator.
China has repeatedly used ransomware and cyber attacks to harm America. Not only has it attacked pipelines in an effort to cause physical damage, but just this year, hackers affiliated with the Chinese government attacked tens of thousands of computers across tens of thousands of organizations, including a significant number of small businesses, towns, cities, and local governments. Once again, unfortunately, the Biden administration responded to extreme threats with extreme weakness. The Biden administration has not imposed any sanctions on China. Instead, the administration announced that it is dropping criminal cases against 5 Chinese scientists who, with the help of consular officials, hid their affiliations with China's military in order to infiltrate our nation. Mr. Downing, why is this administration refusing to prosecute Chinese scientists who lied about their ties to the Chinese military in order to come to this country and gain access to information?
Senator, thank you for the question. I would have to say that from my position in the criminal division, I am not responsible for those decisions. However, it is something that I'd be happy to take back and get you an answer for.
And let me ask anyone on the panel, do you have an answer as to why the administration has not sanctioned China for repeated cyber attacks over and over and over again against the United States?
Do you have an answer for why the Biden administration has not pursued sanctions against China for violations over and over and over again? Simple question. Simple question. Listen.
Well, I think that's
Crickets.
a question that administration should answer, and showing weakness to China and weakness to Russia only invites more aggression and more cyber attacks attacking our nation.
Now, I showed you that for a reason. That the Biden administration is not doing sanctions against clearly a cyber war. They are attacking our computers, and they are tens of thousands. And they know it's China. And they know Russia's doing some of it. And they do nothing. Why? Let me ask you this. Why are the Democrats blocking the Republicans' want to investigate where COVID came from? Because they know it's China. They know it's China. They are blocking these things. Listen, the Biden administration is in bed with China. They take money from China. Even though China's our enemy, they cannot stand up against China. No sanctions, no retribution. It's just, okay, the COVID. Okay. Who would be better suited to investigate the origin of the COVID? Probably the United States. Are they going to do it? Nope. Because the Democrats don't want you to know. The Democrats don't want you to know that the Biden administration already knows where the COVID came from. Fauci helped fund it. Fauci helped fund it. And he lied about that, but he did help fund it. And now, you know, they're not going to do anything against China. There's no sanctions. Oh, he'll talk. He'll talk. But there's nothing that is done. Global genocide. And they will control you. And Fauci is being protected. Fauci is absolutely being protected by the Democrats. The only one that's really taken him to task is Rand Paul. God bless him. What does it say? The answer to freedom is sue China for damages and seize all assets, property, mortgages in our country. Yes. Yep. The Republican Party's in bed with the Democrats through supporting rhinos and doing nothing to support patriots like Chris. No, that's true. You've got people like, Mitt Romney, who is as worthless as gum on a boot heel. Yeah. No, I understood, Katie. Fauci is a Jesuit. I don't know why that makes a difference, George. Fauci is a communist. Fauci's a communist. And that's what you need to know about that. Look, they don't want the answers. The Democrats don't want the answers. They want the answers they want you to know. That's why this whole January 6th thing is such a smoke and mirrors nonsense. Let me do this. I'm going to tell you this real quick before we get out of here. More Americans say they want Congress to investigate Black Lives Matter protests than want the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot investigated. According to Rasmussen, 66% of U.S. likely voters think Congress should investigate last year's violent protests in which more than 2,000 police officers suffered injuries in the line of duty. I said duty. Only 21% of roughly 1 in 5 Americans say they do not think Congress should investigate the Black Lives Matter riots, while 13% they weren't sure. In contrast, the poll found significantly fewer Americans support the investigation into the Capitol riot. The number of voters who want Congress to investigate last year's violent protests is higher than the 49% who said they support House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's Select Committee investigation of January 6th. 42% said they don't support the January 6th investigation. While support for the January 6th commission appeared to be divided nearly down political lines, the prospect of an investigation into Black Lives Matter riots garnered widespread support from nearly all major demographics, including from Democrats. 67% of whites, 64% of blacks, 66% of Hispanics, and 62% of other minorities think Congress should investigate the 2020 riots in U.S. cities. 75% of Republicans, 60% of Democrats, and 63% of voters not affiliated with either party say Congress should investigate last year's violent protests. But it won't happen. Thank you to Gulf Coast Guns, gulfcoastgun.com. And don't forget Saturday, the gun swap meet. And that'll be a lot of fun. And go check it out. All right. Hope to see you there. Thank you so much for joining us today. Like it, share it. Numbers have been amazing. And look for rally information. We've got folks working on that. And it should be coming up here pretty quick. All right. Hold tight. The mugs are coming as well. Woohoo! And we got more. Hold on. Thank you so much.